Almost 2,000 years ago, a boy was born into a noble Roman family. Although he was surrounded by rich and high-ranking people, he was orphaned early on and was hardly happy being without parents. He was adopted twice by distant relatives and changed his name 2 times. The boy received an excellent education and at the age of 17 became a quaestor, assistant consul, in criminal investigation. When he was 19 years old, the young man was named Caesar, that is, the junior co-emperor. And at the age of 25 he seriously began to study philosophy. At the age of 40 he became emperor of Rome. He had 12 children, but only 6 of them lived to adulthood. His name was Marcus Aurelius, and today millions of people know him as the greatest Stoic philosopher and also the last of the 5 good emperors. The state prospered under him, and the people loved him. Another boy was born almost 500 years ago in Japan, to a samurai family. He had his first fight at the age of 13, and defeated his opponent, a disciple of a famous samurai school, by killing him with a wooden sword. Throughout his life, he won a great number of fights, and fought in 6 wars until finally, at the age of 50, he settled down and took stock. He was known by 4 different names, one of them being Kensei, or Holy Sword. To the world he is known as Miyamoto Musashi, one of the most celebrated swordsmen and swordsmiths in Japanese history. He chose the samurai code of Bushido as his philosophy. 6 days before his death, Musashi composed a spiritual testament, Dakodo, for his students, which he called the only true path. But is this the only true path, or do all right paths have similar features? What do these 2 men, who became heroes of their nations and made their names famous through the ages, have in common? Perhaps the paths of the Stoic and the samurai are similar, because the laws and rules of these philosophies made these 2 men such perfect and strong role models. These boys chose very different paths when they became men, but, amazingly, each of them reached the pinnacle of skill, fortitude, and calm wisdom. In this video we will try to find these common rules to understand how to apply them in life and become more perfect individuals. But before that, as usual, I will ask you to like and subscribe if you think the topic of the video is important for you. After watching it to the end, you will be able to choose which path is the right one to follow, and maybe you will find your own, the best one. Stoicism and Bushido illustrate ways of life that embrace discipline, self-control, and a pursuit of virtue. Though they stem from different cultural backgrounds, their core principles often overlap. So, let's dive into our list of 9 rules, which are common to both these philosophical systems. Number 1. Rule of acceptance and simplicity. The Stoics believed in accepting the things they couldn't change. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Similarly, the samurai valued serenity amidst chaos, understanding that acceptance allows them to focus on what they can control. Most people long to gain what they don't have, which is why they are often unhappy and unsatisfied with their lives. By filling their homes with unnecessary and superfluous things, people try to fill the emptiness in their hearts and minds, forgetting to appreciate what they already have. Miyamoto Musashi was known for his ascetic lifestyle. He lived a simple life, devoid of material luxuries. This deliberate choice aligned with the Stoic principle of mastering one's desires. Stoics believe that true happiness comes from not being dependent on external possessions or circumstances. Marcus Aurelius, being a rich and noble man, led a temperate and modest life, embodying by his example the principles of Stoicism. By renouncing unnecessary desires, one can achieve a sense of tranquility and contentment in the modern world, where consumerism and materialism often dictate our pursuits. Musashi said, "There is nothing outside of yourself that can ever enable you to get better, stronger, richer, quicker, or smarter." His example reminds us of the power of simplicity and the wisdom of seeking contentment within ourselves. Number 2. Rule of equanimity and inner peace. Both Stoicism and Bushido emphasize the need for inner peace. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, once said, "Happiness and freedom begin with a clear understanding of one principle: some things are within our control, and some things are not." Similarly, Bushido teaches samurai warriors to maintain calmness even in the face of adversity. Stoicism and Bushido share similarities in their pursuit of virtue and inner tranquility. Epictetus taught us, first, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. This echoes the Bushido principle of ikigai, or the reason for being. Both philosophies emphasize the importance of clarifying our values and aligning our actions with our purpose. Stoicism places great importance on inner tranquility, the state of being unaffected by external circumstances. Musashi's life was a testament to this ideal. In the midst of life and death, and battles, he remained composed and centered. He once said, "To make anyone immediately regret insulting you, show that you are unaffected." We often encounter situations that test our inner peace: job loss, relationship troubles, health crisis. Musashi's ability to maintain inner peace amidst chaos serves as an inspiration by practicing Stoic techniques such as positive visualization and mindfulness. We can develop the inner resilience necessary to weather life's storms on the Stoic way of virtue. Stoicism emphasizes the pursuit of virtue as the highest goal in life. Musashi's life and teachings echoes this sentiment as he consistently sought to live by a code of honor and ethics. Number 3. Rule of honor, integrity and respect. Honor and integrity are vital principles in both philosophies. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Live a good life. If there are gods, and they are just, then they will not care how devout you have been, but will welcome you based on the virtues you have lived by." Likewise, the code of Bushido guides samurai towards maintaining their honor above all else. Musashi was not just a master of the sword, he was a master of character. He adhered to a strict code of conduct, valuing honor, integrity, and loyalty. Above all else, this alignment with Stoicism's emphasis on virtue reminds us that excellence extends beyond skill it encompasses. To foster moral character in our own lives, we can strive to cultivate virtue in all our actions and to treat others with respect, kindness, and fairness. A samurai does not have to be cruel and prove his strength. Even with an evil man, a samurai must be polite. Without this quality, we would be nothing but animals. In every conflict, our true inner strength is revealed. Musashi tells us, "You may abandon your own body, but you must preserve your honor." By doing so, we not only become better individuals, but also contribute positively to the world around us. Number 4. Rule of self-discipline and self-control. Self-discipline is crucial to lead a virtuous life. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not a master of himself." Similarly, the samurai placed immense value on discipline and control in their martial arts training, understanding that the greatest battle is often within oneself. Seneca famously said, "No person has the power to have everything they want, but it is within their power not to want what they don't have." This aligns with the Bushido principle of jisei, or self-control. Self-control means adhering to the code under all circumstances, when with others and when alone. Both philosophies emphasize the need to master our desires, emotions, and impulses, allowing us to maintain inner calm and focus on what truly matters. Stoicism teaches us to confront our emotions head-on, to acknowledge them without being overwhelmed by them. Musashi exemplified this Stoic attitude through his legendary composure. In the heat of battle, he remained calm and focused, regardless of the chaos around him. Musashi said, "If you do not control the enemy will control you." Your emotions can be your friend or your enemy, depending on whether you control them or not. In our daily lives, we often encounter situations that trigger strong emotions: anger, fear, anxiety. Musashi's discipline in controlling his emotions reminds us that, like him, we also can cultivate the inner strength to respond to life's challenges with equanimity and grace. Number 5. Rule of Loner's Resilience. Main to Musashi's philosophy is the concept of the loner, or solitary warrior. It's a concept deeply rooted in Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that teaches us how to navigate life's challenges with resilience, self-discipline, and a sense of purpose. Musashi often chose the path of solitude, foregoing the comforts of social life, to immerse himself fully in his craft. This choice, this embracing of the solitary path, reflects a Stoic principle: the pursuit of virtue and wisdom through self-discipline and inner strength. So too Marcus Aurelius, even after becoming emperor and being surrounded by courtiers and flatterers, remained more than lonely in his pursuit of virtue and excellence. Marcus Aurelius stated, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This echoes the Japanese principle of fall down 7 times, get up 8. Both philosophies emphasize embracing challenges as opportunities for growth. Stoics believe that the challenges we encounter should be seen as opportunities for growth and self-improvement. Similarly, the Bushido code emphasizes embracing hardship and using it as a means to forge one's character and develop strength. Miyamoto Musashi said, "Those who can't be alone, can't be honest, can't be loyal, and can't be anything." In a world that often celebrates extroversion and constant social interaction, Musashi's choice to embrace solitude was a deliberate one. It allowed him to cultivate a deep inner strength, free from distractions and external influences. Stoicism teaches us that true wisdom comes from within, and solitude provides the space for introspection and self-discovery. By spending time alone, we can confront our inner demons, understand our desires and fears, and ultimately gain control over our emotions and actions. You should be prepared for the fact that, having become on the path of self-improvement, you will face misunderstanding and even dislike from others. So why not accept this fact in advance and put on the armor of loneliness? Musashi's solitude was not a form of isolation, but a conscious choice to deepen his connection with himself. At the heart of Stoicism lies the pursuit of self-mastery, the ability to control our desires, emotions, and reactions. Musashi's life and teachings exemplify this Stoic ideal in action. Number 6. Rule of Empathy and Compassion. Compassion towards others is a shared principle of Stoicism and Bushido. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Similarly, samurai warriors understood the importance of helping others, and emphasized the concept of busher no nasake, or warrior's compassion. Seneca once wrote, "Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness." The samurai principle of jin, or benevolence, emphasizes treating others with empathy and compassion. Invested with the power to command and the power to kill, the samurai is expected to demonstrate equally extraordinary powers of benevolence and mercy, love, magnanimity, affection for others, sympathy, and pity. These are traits of benevolence, the highest attribute of the human soul. Musashi says, "The ultimate aim of martial arts is not having to use them." By practicing these virtues, we can create harmonious relationships and contribute to the greater good. Number 7. Rule of Embracing the Inevitability of Change. Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, "The universe is change, our life is what our thoughts make it." The samurai understood the transient nature of existence and cultivated a mindset of mono no avere, or the pathos of things. By accepting impermanence, we can appreciate the beauty in life's fleeting moments and live with gratitude. Living in the present moment is a fundamental principle shared by Stoicism and Bushido. By remaining present, fully engaged in the here and now, we can appreciate life's simple pleasures and make the most of each moment. Musashi's experiences as a wandering ronin, or masterless samurai, taught him the impermanence of life. Stoicism shares this perspective on the transitory nature of existence. Both philosophies remind us that change is inevitable, and clinging to the past or fearing the future only leads to suffering. Musashi tells us, in life you need to have no fear, no hesitation, no surprise, no doubt. By embracing the impermanence of life, we can cultivate resilience in the face of adversity. Stoicism teaches us to focus on our responses to events, rather than the events themselves, and Musashi's life underscores the power of this mindset. Number 8. Rule of acceptance of death. Aurelius himself wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, and say, and think." Stoic philosophy teaches us to embrace our mortality, recognizing it as a natural and essential aspect of our human existence. According to Stoicism, accepting the transience of life empowers us to live each moment fully, appreciating the present and freeing ourselves from unnecessary worries about the inevitable. Only he who realizes that maybe he is seeing it for the last time can look at the world with such love and notice what ordinary people in the bustle of life do not pay attention to. He feels how the sun warms him with its rays, how beautifully the birds sing and the leaves of trees rustle, how a leaf, torn off a branch, spinning, falling into the stream, swiftly floats down the stream. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Death hangs over you. While you live, while it is in your power, be good." The samurai's code of Bushido, followed by legendary figures like Miyamoto Musashi, also holds death in high regard as an integral part of their warrior ethos. Musashi's words echo this sentiment: accept everything just the way it is, and you will find yourself in an enlightened state. The Bushido code teaches that the awareness of death grants warriors clarity, fearlessness, and a deep appreciation for life's preciousness. In his famous Book of 5 Rings, Musashi wrote, "Perception is strong, but perception does not take into account the person who is perceiving." This statement suggests that our perception of death is subjective and influenced by our personal fears and beliefs. By understanding this, we can work towards shifting our perspectives and reducing any anxiety or distress we may feel about death. One of the most important aspects of Bushido is accepting the fact that samurai will die in a battlefield, and the day of death may come very soon. The life of the samurai resembles the life of a sakura tree. It is beautiful, glorious, but short-lived. The Book of Hagakure is the earliest record about Bushido that talked about the triviality of death as follows. The way of the samurai is found in death. Meditation on inevitable death should be performed daily. Every day when one's body and mind are at peace, one should meditate upon being ripped apart by arrows, rifles, spears, and swords, being carried away by surging waves, being thrown into the midst of a great fire, being struck by lightning, being shaken to death by a great earthquake, falling from 1,000-foot cliffs, dying of disease, or committing seppuku at the death of one's master. In every day without fail, one should consider himself as dead. This is the substance of the way of the samurai. Human life is truly a short affair. It is better to live doing the things that you like. It is foolish to live within this dream of a world seeing unpleasantness, and doing only things that you do not like. Miyamoto Musashi says, "To win any battle, you must fight as if you are already dead." Both Stoicism and the Bushido Code emphasize the cultivation of virtues such as courage, resilience, and honor to face death with grace. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. Marcus Aurelius. Remember, looking at death through the lens of philosophy can be a way to change how we see and inspire us to make the most of how we live. Number 9. Rule of continuous self-improvement. Lastly, both Stoicism and Bushido emphasize the pursuit of continuous self-improvement. Epictetus taught us, "No great thing is created suddenly." Similarly, the samurai had a constant commitment to self-mastery, honing their skills and pursuing excellence in all aspects of their lives. Musashi's Book of 5 Rings emphasizes the importance of continuous practice and improvement. He saw each tool as an opportunity to learn and grow, never resting on his laurels. This attitude resonates deeply with Stoicism's call for constant self-improvement. Stoics believe that we should view every experience, both positive and negative, as an opportunity for growth and learning. Just as Musashi honed his skills through relentless practice, we can strive to become better versions of ourselves through continuous self-reflection and self-improvement. Musashi says, 1,000 days of lessons for discipline, 10,000 days of lessons for mastery. And there you have it, the 9 rules of life, according to the philosophy of Stoicism and the code of Bushido. While these philosophies originated in different parts of the world, their timeless wisdom provides valuable guidance for leading a meaningful and virtuous life. Remember, the path to wisdom is never-ending, and exploring different philosophical systems helps broaden our understanding of life. It doesn't matter so much which of these 2 paths you choose. After all great teachings lead a person along the path of self-improvement. I only wish you to go as far as you can along the path you have chosen, making every possible effort, so that at the end, when you look back, you will be able to say, I did my best, and lived a worthy life. From the depths of time, Musashi tells us, you must understand that there is more than one path to the top of the mountain. If you found this video insightful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to stay tuned for more thought-provoking content. Also, you can support us on Patreon as a sign of gratitude. Thank you.